Do you like DOS games? I sure do. You can play them inside of Linux using Dosbox. Hey everyone, what's happening today? We're going over Dosbox installation and some basic options and configuration. So we're just go ahead and jump right into this. We're going to go ahead and install Dosbox first. So we're going to go ahead and pop open a terminal. And it's basically the same thing with your package manager. You're just going to use your package manager to install it. For me, it's Pacman because I'm running Manjaro, but APT for Debian, DNF for Fedora, and Zipper for OpenSUSE. But we're just going to go ahead and do this. Dosbox. Now, whoops. There we go. If I can actually type it correctly. Now that we got it installed, we need a folder to install our games. And literally, I took the liberty of creating a folder for ahead of time. But here it is, and it's called Dosbox. And I would just keep it simple, call it Dosbox. This is where you're going to put your games. I've already put some games from my personal little backups in the file. In the folder, sorry. Oh. I can't type today. Arkanoid, Lemmings, Mario teaches typing, and a game called Onesimus. We're gonna go into a couple of these games. But literally what you want to do is you want to copy some games into a folder labeled Dosbox. Alright, now that we've got Dosbox installed, now we're going to go ahead and start up Dosbox. And the way you do that is it's in your games folder right there. Your games section on your menu. And now, it's always going to mount Z as your main drive. Now, in order for you to open your games, you got to mount another folder as your C drive. The way you do that is you do the mount C. And where you put your games, which is my home folder's Dosbox, so it'd be /home, / my username, which is Alan, / Dosbox. Alright, and now, we're going to go ahead and hit C, and here are my, I'm used to Linux commands, dir, and here are my folders with the games in them. Now I'm going to show you a little trick, so that you don't have to do that every time. So I'm going to go ahead and open up a terminal. I'm going to go ahead and do an ls-a. So it shows me all the hidden folders. And you see this folder called Dosbox? That's the folder I want to go into. So I'm going to go cd.dosbox. And here, it's going to have a comp file, which is a configuration file. I'm going to go ahead and edit that, so I'm going to do a nano and do that. Now I'm going to go all the way to the end. Just a basic text file edit. Nothing you need to be scared of. Now, as you can see, here's a line called autoexec. This is in DOS. There used to be a file called autoexec.bat, which would load a bunch of commands, drivers, etc. into your DOS environment, so you did not have to start them up every time you start up your computer. Your computer would do it automatically for you. Now, we're just going to have it mount the C drive. So I'm just going to enter in the same command I just entered, mount C / where my home / my username Alan / Dosbox. Now I'm going to go ahead and save the configuration and press X. Now I'm going to go ahead and open up Dosbox again. As you can see, it runs that command automatically now, and I don't have to mount it. It's right there. That's a little trick you can enter into, so you don't always have to keep mounting it whenever you start Dosbox. So now that we got that all taken care of, let's play some games. So we're going to first start out with Arkanoid. I'm only going to play 2 or 3 of them, so we're going to start out with Arkanoid. So I'm going to go ahead and change to Arkanoid. Your tab autofill does work here. So I'm going to go ahead and start up Arkanoid.com right here. And we're going to go ahead and select EGA graphics. I'm going to go ahead and play with the keyboard for now. You gotta love that Sound Blaster emulation. Alright, here we go. Right. I have not played this in a while. Okay. I usually play with a mouse too. I don't know why I chose to shoot. Play with a keyboard. I'm actually doing pretty good for not playing this game in a while. I shouldn't have said anything. Alright, well, you get the general idea. You get the general idea. Okay, so now we're going to go ahead and fire up another game. It's called Onesimus. This is one I played frequently as a kid, so... Okay. It's detecting that I have Digital Sound Blaster and the musical sound. Looks like everything is correct, so I'm going to go ahead and press enter. This is a Christian based game that I played all the time, so there we go. Yes, if it looks like kind of like a Jill the Jungle 2, you are correct. It is a clone of that. This is nostalgic. Whoops, I almost fell in. There we are. Down. There we go. Yeah. There we are. There's an arbitrary timer on this. There's a Bible verse from the Book of Philemon. There we are. There we are. Yeah, he doesn't get it. Level 2. Here we go. There we are. Oh. There we are. There we are. There we are. She's so stupid. There's a little leg. I do know these levels, so... Whoops. Whoops. Kind of out of practice. But here we go. Alright. And there's that. Of course, you got the map like this. And man, if I keep playing this, I'm gonna play this forever. So we're gonna go ahead and go to the next one. Alright, one last game for you. I actually have installed and deployed Sid Meier's Colonization, the 1994 version. The reason why I do this is because it depends on your CPU speed. Now, you see this cycles right here? This is how you emulate it. Now, this is how fast the CPU is being emulated. So this particular game benefits from a faster CPU speed, or else it's going to run really, really slow. It can run at 3000 cycles, but I recommend pressing Control F12, and see, it just raises the cycles of it until you are above 15,000. Now, also, if you want to go full screen, you press Alt-Enter, like this, and now I'm going to launch the game. Gotta love that ad-lib music. Even though Dosbox doesn't emulate ad-lib the best, it still is pretty decent. I always started this so that we didn't. But as you can see, it runs just fine. A discovery of the New World, New Netherlands. Make landfall. Meeting the natives. We're gonna not give that orders. Entering an Indian village. Live among the natives. Why not? Gosh, I better save this now, because I'm going to play this forever. Now, when it captures your mouse like this, also, you can press Control F10 to uncapture it. Alright, so, we're going to move on to the next. Last, I'm going to go over some things in the configuration file. As you can see, some lines are commented out. They're ignored by Dosbox. And really, it tells you exactly what each option does at the start of each section. One thing I do like to disable is this auto lock. And auto lock is like the mouse capture. I prefer just to disable this. That is up to you. You can press the Control F10 to unlock it if you want to. I just like to disable it. I will re-enable it if I need to. However, most times I just find that rather annoying when I'm trying to quit out of Dosbox, so I just hit the auto lock function. So I'm just going to go ahead and save that. But basically, if you read this, it'll tell you exactly what everything does. However, most of this stuff you won't need to change. So, like you have your CPU settings right here. Usually, I would just leave it like this. Of course, you've got your CPU cores and all this kind of stuff. Cycle up is, of course, Control F12, and cycle out is Control F11. Some games are speed specific, so something's like running way too fast. Press Control F11 to slow it down, then reboot your game. If something's running really, really slow, press Control F12. I just recommend just adjusting it per game. I usually don't mess with any of this. Of course, you got your mixer settings and your emulation for your noise makers. Your joystick configuration. Usually it's set to auto by default. However, if it's not detecting it properly, you might want to change this type. Here's your type. And literally, just follow these instructions. Of course, your serial port emulation and all that stuff. Your IPX, your DOS, and of course your auto exec. And I've already gone over that. So basically, if you are having some issues in here, you might want to look it up and see what the community has suggested that you do to fix it, and follow some community guides. However, I find it works best with the default settings with most games, and I just like to control the CPU speed for each individual game instead of trying to alter configuration all the time. To me, it's not that big of a deal to press Control F12 to speed it up and Control F11 to slow it down. And well, that is the video. This has been me going over Dosbox. You guys, if you like this video, go ahead and leave that thumbs up, subscribe, leave me a comment, and I will see you later.